Hi all. So this is the beginning of the last lesson for this week. It's called angle pair measures. So now we're going to talk about the measures of parallel lines and transversals. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So we have a little bit of a definition here. It says when two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, they create 8 angles. These angles form a pattern of congruent angles and supplementary angles. Okay, and you can kind of see, I'm going to talk about that just really quick here. So let's talk about the congruent ones here. So I've got congruent here and here. Look, those are vertical angles. Okay, and here, those are vertical. And we already know that vertical angles are congruent. But what else we already know is, look what else we have. If I look at this 30, this one, and this one, I'm going to name them 1 and 2. We also know that that is also called a corresponding angle. I almost said consecutive. I knew that wasn't right. A corresponding angle because they're in the same spot and they're both 30. And if I look at this one, this is a vertical to 2, so I'm going to call this one angle 3 and angle 4. Look, angle 3 and 4 are also congruent. Okay? Interesting, right? So I've got 4 that are the same because they're either vertical angles. And then look what I know about 2 and 4. 2 and 4 are opposite interior angles or alternate interior angles, and 1 and 3 are alternate exterior angles, and those are all congruent. So that all 4 of those are kind of related to each other. And then if I look at the second set here, the 150s here that are also vertical angles, okay, and I call this 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 5 are a linear pair. They add up to 180. And then 5 and 4 is a linear pair. 150 plus 30 is 180. And 4 and 6 is a linear pair. And 6 and 1 is a linear pair because they all form a line. What I mean by that, let me kind of circle this. This right here forms a line right here, right? And I could do it this way. These two right here form this line. Well, there's 2 other angles that form that line. This 2 form this line, and these 2 form that line. So they add up to 180. Okay, so you just have to see there's lots of relationships in there. And again, they're alternate exterior angles, they're corresponding angles, they're alternate interior angles. And then the next thing I want to point out is if I look at these 2 right here, same side interior angles, we know that those are supplementary. That was part of our definition, supplementary. If they're on the same side of that transversal, they add up to 100. 180. And this one and this one are also supplementary if they're the same side exterior angles. So there's lots of relationships that we can look at in there and use to find missing angles. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use that information to find angles. So we're going to do the first one here. So it says find all of the missing angles. It wants me to find everything that's missing. Everything. Okay? So they give me one angle and I need to find all of the rest of them. So I know that this one is a vertical angle. So if this one's 117, I know that this one is also 117. Okay? If this is a same side, if this is an interior angle, I know the one on the opposite interior is also 117. And then I have a vertical angle again, 117. Okay? And then, look, this one, and this one form 180 degrees. So I can say 100. I can say 180 minus 117. Let's find out what that is. Got to get out my calculator here. 180 minus 117 is 63 degrees. So this is 63 degrees because those two form this parallel line. Okay? Conversely, this parallel line is formed by these two angles. So that means this is also 63 degrees. And then I can say opposite, alternate interior angles again. This is 63 degrees. And then I have vertical angles again as 63 degrees. So that I can just keep going back and forth between all of the different angles and find out what they are. So we're going to do this one again. I'm going to give you just a few minutes, just a few seconds. I'm going to pause for like 20 seconds, I think, and see if you guys can figure out what the angles are before I do. Okay? So starting now. Go. You can do it. Okay, so that was about 20 seconds. So we're just going to go ahead and see if we can figure this out here. So vertical angles, 158 degrees. Alternate interior angles, 158 degrees. Vertical angles, 158 degrees. Okay, so I've got a linear pair here, which makes this 22 degrees, and then I have a vertical angle, 22 degrees. Alternate interior, 22 degrees. I can say corresponding or vertical, 22 degrees. There we go. Okay, good job, you guys. So we're going to keep, you're going to have a, oh, that's it. You're going to go do a few of those problems now. Sorry. I'm like, oh, you're going to go do a few of those problems now, and then we're going to come back and do some with some X's in them then, okay? So we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.